So children, to continue with the chapter Early Kingdoms, we have already discussed Janapadas and Mahajanapadas, republic and monarchy, taxation system. Today we are going to discuss with changes in agriculture, trade and town, society and Varna system. So to begin with, changes in agriculture. Some major changes occurred in agricultural practices which resulted in better crop production. So, when there is a little bit, when the production is more, that means there is some change in the agricultural practices. So, this what were the things that was implied so that the crop production became much more? So, there was use of iron plow. We have also discussed in the last video that they had used iron plow to cultivate their crops because they as their areas enlarged. So using iron plow around allowed hard soil to be plowed easily. Hence there was an increase in the production of crops. Farmers started practicing transplantation. So we had also discussed that they had began transplanting, suppose paddy. This means that first they scattered the seeds on the ground, and when the saplings came out, they planted it in the fields. In this way, because of the transplantation, their production of was nice, and because of the use of iron plows, they could toil their soil nicely so for a better production of their grains. So farmers started practicing transplantation, which meant that instead of growing crops in the field by scattering seed, the crops were grown separately and then planted as saplings in the field. This increased productivity as crops grown using this method grew stronger and hence most of them survived. So the saplings could grow nicely, they could get the proper amount of air and water, and thus the production increased. This method was done with the help of landless agricultural laborers and slaves. So those who did not have their own lands, they used to help in these works. The laborers and the slaves used to do the these in the help in the production of crops by growing by doing the transplantation. Now next comes trade. This period was known for the improvement in trade. This happened because money in the form of silver and copper punch marked coins began to be used. You can see punch marked coins. Earlier barter system was prevalent, but now money came into circulation. So first there was barter system. That means exchange of uh, gifts. So you take one item to that person, and that person would give some other item to you. This is the exchange of things. So earlier there was barter system, but now money came into circulation. Kings like Bimbisara of Magadha built roads and bridges to improve trade. So the trade system had increased when the king of Magadha he had shown interest on building the roads and bridges so that there may be they can improve their trade. Land routes as well as sea routes were used to increase trade. So he had there were constructions in the on the sea routes or on the as well as on the land routes. The main articles of trades were silk, muslin, perfumes, and ivory. So these were the items that were uh, in the trading system. Silk, muslin, perfumes, and ivory were the main articles of trade. Now, next comes towns. Villages became prosperous and slowly grew into towns. So the small villages, because of the trading system, because of the they were flourish in the villages, and then these small villages were now slowly they began to grow into towns. New towns also came up near trading centers, and craftsmen, artisans, and traders formed groups to do work and business. Some of the towns during this period were Ujjain, Vaishali, Ayodhya, Kaushambi, and Champa. So these small villages grew into towns, and the popular towns were during that period were Ujjain, Vaishali, Ayodhya, Kaushambi, and Champa. So, and because of these craftsmen artisans, they form groups to do their business well, and thus they these areas grew into towns. Society and varna system. Now the society was divided into varnas or caste. The Vedic books composed by priests during the Vedic period mentions the caste system and what it meant. So we have also discussed about this system in your civics. So what was in the Varna system? There were four Varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. Birth of a person decided his Varna. In short, a Brahmin's child was a Brahmin and would perform the work of his family. So what did the Brahmins do? Brahmins were of the highest caste. They were priests and scholars. Similarly, the Sudra's child would do the work of his family. So you can see a Sudra. Shudras were the lowest caste. They were laborers and servants. Brahmins were given the job of teachers and priests. So as they were scholars, they were given the job of priests and teachers. They were expected to study and teach the Vedas, perform sacrifices, rituals, etc. So, what was their work? To teach Vedas to others, to perform sacrifices, and all the rules, regulation, rituals they would suggest. Kshatriyas were the warrior class and fought for their kingdom. The second was the Kshatriya, who were soldiers and warriors. They fought for the kingdom, for the rulers they used to fight. Vaishyas were traders and agriculturists or farmers. So, and the third one, Vaishyas, they used to do trade, or they used to do agriculture, or they were farmers. They used to uh, grow crops. Shudras did menial tasks and served the upper three caste. The Shudras, they were the servants. They did the work for all these three varnas. Vedas could be read only by the upper three varnas, as Shudras were treated like untouchables. Now, the Vedas, these could be read by the only read by the Brahmins, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, but the Shudras were untouchable, so they were not supposed to read the Vedas. The people belonging to the upper three Varnas were allowed to enter temples or chant mantras. Varna system became rigid during this period and caused the decline of the Shudras. So these three were became so their bonding was so nice that they became so rigid that this Shudras they 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 declined now, and they were not supposed to enter into the temples, chant mantras, read Vedas. All they were deprived of everything. Many people disagreed with the system of Varna laid down by Brahmins. Now, the Brahmins, this was their, uh, they laid down these things. So many people was not agreeing with, they were disagreed with this system, with this formation of Varnas society, the way it was divided. While some kings thought that they were superior to the priests. Now, there were the kings thought that they were the king of that place, so they were superior than the priest. Others felt that varna of a person could not be decided on the basis of birth alone. Some people thought that varna could not be decided according to the birth. Besides, some people felt that there should be no difference amongst people based on occupation, and some others condemned the practice of untouchability. So they were in all the way they were not supporting. People did not support the way this caste system was divided. Some felt that no, they shouldn't be deprived, the Shudras. Some thought that it should not be based on the on birth system. Some felt that there should not be difference among people regarding occupation, and some thought that this untouchability should be avoided. This could cannot we cannot they condemned this practice of the when they did not support. Also, there was many areas in the subcontinent like Northeast where social and economic differences were not very sharp, and where the influence of priest was limited. So there were some other areas in the country, like especially in the Northeast, where the social and these differences was not proper. They were not in the where influence of the priest was not there. So in this was all about the society and the Varna system. Or most of the people were not were means they were against this division of the caste or the Varnas. Now, here is a case study. This is Magad. Magad became the most prominent of Mahajanapadas. So we have already discussed in the previous lesson chapter, previous video, that there were 16 Mahajanapadas, and out of which Magadha was a very popular. Magadha was a monarchy, and it was ruled by a monarch who enjoyed tremendous power. We also know that there were two types of system. One was republic, other was monarchy. But for over here, Magadha was a monarch who enjoyed who had tremendous power. It was a powerful Mahajanapada because of the following reasons. So why was this Magadha so popular? It had an advantageous geographical position. Rajagriha, the old capital, was surrounded by hills from all sides, and the new capital Patliputra was along the river Ganga. So because of its position, if you see the map of Magad, you can see the because the its area, because this is a very fertile area. So because of its position, it became more popular. They can do trade, they can do more agricultural work. So now, Rajagira was the oldest capital that was surrounded by hills from all sides, and the capital was changed to Patliputra, which was along river Ganga. These hills and rivers served a natural barrier and protected the capital from foreign attacks. So they were safe because of their hills and rivers. Magadha was situated in the Gangetic plain. It was fertile and had water for agriculture. So it was as it was situated in the on the river bank. So it was these two features made the emperor very prosperous. Magadha had rich forests that provided timber, which was used for building chariots, buildings, and boats. So this was a place where there were forests also. So for that they can build their chariots, buildings, boats, etc. There were also a large number of elephants living in forests that were trained and used for army. So you can see because they had rich forests, they could train their elephants that were used by the army for war. It was rich in iron ore, which was used to make tools. So Magadha place was rich in iron ore. For that, they could make the tools out of iron ore. It also enjoyed good trade relation with neighbors. There was nice trading system. Profits from trade and revenue from agriculture and other occupations made Magadha prosperous. So because of the trade, they nice taxes. This Magad, the king got nice taxes from because of all the trade and agriculture, these type of occupations. Magadha had powerful monarchs such as Bimbisara, Ajatasattu, Mahapadma Nanda, who waged wars to conquer other Janapadas. So these were powerful kings who had conquered other Janapadas to elaborate their kingdom. Mahapadma Nanda was a great ruler who extended his kingdom to northwest part of subcontinent. This Mahapadmananda was a great ruler who extended his kingdom in the northwestern part of the country. Now you can see this is Magadha over a vast area, and you can see one more thing, that the Bay of Bengal was previously known as Purva Samudra, the Arabian Sea was known as Paschim Samudra, and the Indian Ocean was known as Dakshina Jalanidhi. This was the kingdom of Magadha. You can see the rivers flowing through here. They could do trade, they could grow nice crops, and they had vast areas, so they got nice taxes to build up their kingdom. Next comes Vaji. During the same time when Magadha became a powerful kingdom, Vaji was under a different form of government. Its capital was Vaishali in present day Bihar. It was governed by Ganas and Sanghas. Ganas or Sanghas was a group of ruler. So this Vaji, they had different form of government, and they did not have king. They had Ganas or Sanghas, and these rulers were known as Rajas. They held assemblies and took decisions through discussion and debates. Now, over here, not the monarchies, that the king should take the decision by himself, but over here they had assemblies, and there they took the decision through discussion and debates. However, women and dasas were not part of these discussions. So men had, people, not the women could take part or the dasas could take part, but the men were men took decisions. They had some assemblies, and there all the debates and discussions were held. Both Buddha and Mahavira belonged to Ganas or Sanghas. These Ganas or Sanghas lasted for many years, despite several attempts by powerful kings to conquer them. So later they were conquered, but these Ganas and Sanghas lasted for many years. Though they tried to conquer, but these areas, but still for a long time these Vajis were under the Ganas or Sanghas. So this comes to the end of your chapter, Early Kingdoms. So I think it is clear to you all. So all of you, till then, goodbye.